In the swamp, chomping all day long. Saturday nights in Death Valley, that tiger strong. So we Razorbacks, crowd calling the hogs. Blue Reds battle Wildcats, bringing the dogs. Show me Miss Zoe, black and gold fight. Boomer Sooner running on a Saturday night. Hook 'em horns, burnt orange in the sun. 12th man standing, Aggies get it done. Saturday lights, y'all know the deal. SC pride, we keep it real from the swamp to the grove. Let that crowd roll. It's water cooler talk. We talk that score. Saturday lights, y'all know the deal. SC pride, we keep it real from the swamp to the grove. Let that crowd roll. It's water cooler talk. We talk that score.
Welcome to this presentation of Water Cooler Talk Sports.
Yeah, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us here around the water cooler. My name is Nick Frazier, and we are here around the water cooler, man. Tonight, we're going to have a great night, man. Tonight, we're going to have a great night. The NFL draft is going on right now. We're going to talk a little Auburn quarterback situation right now, man. It should be a really, really good show tonight, man. I'm trying to get my TV in sync so I can kind of watch the draft and talk at the same time. But, man, we appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us here around the water cooler, ladies and gentlemen, man. As always, man, thank y'all so much for continuing to rock with us here, as always. Before we get into it tonight, man, do me a favor, man. Make sure you go subscribe to these YouTube channels, man. Subscribe to our guy Tez at It's SE Season. Subscribe to our guy Tight at Tight Sports Alabama Football Megacast. I got DC Wolf over at Auburn_Addicts TV. I got Dustin over at the Uptempo Podcast. My guy B Sharp over at Sharpshooter Sports Talk. I got Vandy Chris over at the Go to Broom Podcast and the Anchor Down Live Podcast as well. Of course, I got the Huggy Beard himself on YouTube and Twitter. Got at Kid Country on YouTube. And, of course, Bubba and the Old Man Auburn Sports Talk, man. Also, go subscribe to JMH on Sports Talk with I got Coach Sean on the Block Sports with Coach Carl. And, of course, I got Dylan over at the College Loop, man. Also, man, mess with the people that mess with us here at Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. Shout out to I got DJ. They want support of Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. Hollywood Media, man. You want to feel like a star? Follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. That's Holly with an EY. Then, of course, follow him on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man, for messing with the people that mess with Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. Day one supporter, man, as always. And you know what? When you're done feeling like a star and you have the videography, you have your photos, you look good, you smell good, everything that came out great with the photos, with the pictures, with the documentaries, whatever it is that you need, You got to get you some good eating, man. You got to go down to Adelines by our guy, Chef Country, 2371 Highway 14, Otaugaville, Alabama, man. Where we do it right. Man, we'll be there October 17, 2026 for the Auburn versus Georgia game, man. We will be in the place. We are going to have a good time, man. Details about that will be coming soon, man. And we appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us and being there, man. Make sure y'all go check out our guy, Kid Country, Adelines by Chef Country, man. It's going to be great. You want to get some of the ribs? I'm telling you, man, take a day trip down there. Go check out our guy, Kid Country, man. As always, check him out, man. We appreciate you. Whoa, what is this? Ladies and gentlemen, what is this on the screen? It says something big is coming. Stay tuned. I wonder what this means. Really, I'm curious to know what this is, ladies and gentlemen. Something big is coming. Stay tuned. I guess we gotta stay tuned and see. I don't know. I don't know what this means. I honestly don't know what this means. This literally just popped up on the screen. Something big is coming, ladies and gentlemen. Be on the lookout. Stay tuned for it. But before we get into it, man, make sure you follow us on our social medias at CoolersPod23 on Twitter. Follow us at the Water Cooler Talk on Instagram and TikTok. And, of course, the Water Cooler Talk podcast on Facebook. Man, also visit www.watercoolertalksports.com. Again, that's www.watercoolertalksports.com for all of your college football, SEC football, Auburn football, and high school football recruiting news as well, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us, man. We are in the process of expanding the website. Should be ready to go by July 1st, July 4th weekend. It should be ready to rock and roll for the exclusivity for everybody that wants to be a part of it, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us, man. www.watercoolertalksports.com. Ladies and gentlemen, around the water cooler with us tonight, it is the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, DC Wolf. DC, what's going on, man?
Yes, sir. That whole thing was about me, man. It was about me coming on, man.
That's what it was about.
That's what it was about, man. I'm here. That's it.
We like it, man. We like it. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good, man.
Something big is happening, you know.
That's actually pretty good.
Man,
it was like right on time too. It was like the sequence to it, right?
Looking forward to the big announcement, though, Nick. Looking forward to it.
Man, something big coming. That's
something
what
big coming, man. Something big coming.
Man. We appreciate y'all so much, man. Shout out to everybody that's rocking with us in the chat, man. At the Huggy Beard himself rocking with us. What's up, Huggy, man? Hope you feeling good. Hope you feeling great. Auburn Dad for Life in the chat with us as well, man. What's up, AD4L? What's up, my guy? There he is. Mike McKinney is rocking with us in the chat. What's up, Mike? Hope you feeling good. Hope you feeling great, man, as well. AUTJ is rocking with us. What's up, fellas, man? Hope you feeling great as always. Mario Cannon is in the chat with us. What's up, Mario?
What's up, Mario?
Shout out to you, my guy. Shout out to you. And there he is, Mr. Light Skin Ken J Flowers. Rocking with us in the chat. What's up, Jay, man? Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling great. And of course, I got TVN up. Shaw is rocking with us. What's up, man? Hope you feeling good, man. Hope y'all feeling great, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us here around the water cooler. I know a lot of y'all are probably watching the draft right now. I got it on in the background as well. So, I mean, I know most people are watching the draft as well, but we appreciate y'all so much for continuing to just, tune in and see what's going on, man. D-Lev just jumped in. What's up, D-Lev? How you feeling, man? 392 Jay in the chat. What's up, Jay? Hope you feeling good. Hope you're feeling great, man. All right, let's get into this thing, man. DC, man. Whoa.
Yes, sir.
Auburn has lost out on.
It's gonna be a great show.
Auburn has lost out on some quarterbacks, man.
Yeah.
Lost out on some quarterbacks. We had this conversation last year. Last year when Auburn was not signing guys at this point in time. And I believe y'all asked me the question where did I think that Auburn would finish in the recruiting class? I told y'all probably 35th. Something like that. I think Auburn finished 38th or something of that nature. But that was before the coaches changed, though. You know what I'm saying? It was still bad.
We thought it would be higher because we thought Hugh Freeze would still be there, but neither here nor there. Right. It finished 30 something. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't saying that part. But it's all good.
We finished 38th. That's what it was. Yeah, we finished like 38th. I said I thought we would finish probably. I thought we wouldn't finish no higher than 30. But I was like 35 probably be as far as we go. Yeah, it is what it is. But this is eerily similar to last year. Right now, I think Auburn only has 2 commits for the 27 class.
Yeah.
But the biggest part of this is the fact that there's no quarterback committed in this class. Now, some people may feel like you don't have to get a quarterback in every class. Some people feel like you have to get a quarterback in every class. But it's not like Auburn wasn't trying to get quarterbacks. That's the thing. And I want to pop this up on the screen real quick so people can see what we're talking about here, man. Auburn's QB targets missed. 4 top QBs, 0 commits. What's next for Auburn? As you can see on the screen, Andre Adams, 6'2", 180 pounds, 4-star. Ended up committing to Colorado. Committing to Colorado with Coach Brown. Lot of smoke about this next guy, Will Mencl. Lot of smoke lately about Will Mencl, 6'3", 200-pound guy out of Arizona. He was a 4-star. He ended up committing to Oregon earlier this week. Then the guy that everybody was like, if there was going to be a quarterback that was going to sign in this class, this is the guy that it was going to be. It was going to be this guy right here in Israel Abrams, 6'4", 190 pounds, 4-star from Illinois. He ended up committing to Miami. And then, of course, Elijah Haven, he had Auburn in his top 5. He had Auburn in his top 3 just recently. And then now that top 3 has dropped to the top 2 in Georgia and Alabama because it seems as if Auburn wasn't actively recruiting him. And he's going to make his decision between Georgia and Alabama tomorrow. And he's a 5-star, 5-star quarterback. You look at this graphic and you see the 4 guys that Auburn has missed out on. What are your initial thoughts from this when you look at it?
Man, my initial thoughts on it, man, we talked about it last year. My whole thing was you gotta recruit like you can't take no time off at quarterback, man, because we've seen the last 2 years, man, all of them can leave. So, but looking at this list, what strikes me is money.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing that strikes me is like, I don't know what Colorado looking like, you know what I'm saying, on the money ledger, but we know Oregon spending money. We know Miami spending money. You know, we know Georgia and Alabama. What's crazy, Alabama is spending money on quarterbacks. Me and Tyke just had this conversation, Nick. Look at how many 5-stars Alabama like loading up with. And I was asking Tyke, like, dude, like, how y'all gonna pay all these 5-stars to just sit on the bench? Because all of them can't play. You know, he was just like, that's a premium position for them. They rather have an elite quarterback and pay for an elite quarterback to sit on the bench and just value shop other positions. I was like, okay. But so we know Alabama's, you know, quote unquote spending money on quarterbacks potentially. But that's the first thing can't come to my mind is money. You got to have some money for these guys to sit on the bench. Georgia, think about it. The last 2 5-star quarterbacks in successions of classes, Georgia has lost to other schools. One to Nebraska and one to Vanderbilt. The common thread to me is money. Georgia can't even afford to, like, I don't know if they can't, but it doesn't appear that they can afford to just stack their quarterbacks anymore and just have 5-stars lined up. So that's the first thing come to me. If I think if Auburn has the funds to put behind a quarterback like a Deuce Knight and have him pay him whatever they pay him to sit on the bench, then I think we'll get a quarterback. Today it's about a lot about money, man. So that's the first thing that comes to my mind, Nick.
I get the money part. I understand
what you got on
that. I understand where you're coming from with the money part, but I don't think that's everything.
Okay.
I really don't think that's everything.
Okay. What else is it?
I look at it from the perspective of when you look at this list, right? Every single guy on this list at one point in time said Auburn was there. Well, Auburn was, I say 3 out of the 4 because Haven didn't necessarily call Auburn a leader, but the other 3 definitely did. You know, have Auburn at the top spot at one point in time. Like Will Mencl visited Auburn like back to back. I think he visited Auburn in back-to-back weeks and brought his mom back with him. You know, Israel Abrams was there a lot, you know, as well. He was actually there, I think, like 2 weeks before he committed to Miami, but then ended up going to Miami the weekend before he actually committed. And then Andre Adams was a guy that a lot of people were considering, like when they first started coming out of who would be, you know, those quarterbacks that could be in there. You're looking at Israel Abrams and Andre Adams was the guy. But I look at it from the perspective of you have a coach, right? You have a coach that is a coach and OC combination that is, how would I put it, known for helping develop quarterbacks.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
And you can't land one. I mean, I know a lot of people are saying that, well, this quarterback room is young. You still got Tristan Till, you still got Lachlan Hewitt, you still got Reese Brush and stuff like that. But as you alluded to, somebody could leave. Or all of them could leave.
Yeah,
and the problem with Auburn's quarterback room is this has been one of the rooms, if not the only room, that has flipped every single season for the past 2 seasons. So I understand that people be like, yeah, you still got Tia, you still got things and stuff like that. But I look at it and I say to myself, you can't. I don't know if it's they can't land on a quarterback. Well, apparently they can land on a quarterback because they're the quarterback they've evaluated and they feel as if that they can come into the system and play. Can they close the deal? That's the question. Can they close the deal? Ladies and gentlemen, coming around the water cooler with us, man. It is the one and only from at it's SC season. It is Auburn T. Tess, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
Man, feeling pretty good, man. How you guys doing?
Man, feeling great, man. Feeling great. Can't complain. Can't complain. Your thoughts on this, man? Auburn has had those 4 guys in the quarterback room, and not in the quarterback room, but guys who are interested in playing, who are interested in Auburn, and at one point in time had Auburn high on their list. But now it seems as if all 4 of those guys are gonna potentially play somewhere else commit somewhere else in the upcoming season. Your thoughts on that, Tez? Is this concerning to you as an Auburn fan, or are we putting too much stock into this?
I don't know. I caught the tail end of what you guys said when I literally just walked in the house. Can you put the graphic up one more time?
Yeah. We'll put it up real quick. There it is right there. That is the graphic.
Yeah. Outstanding graphic, by the way. Okay. It feels like last year. It feels like last year. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, it feels like last year, man.
You popped on, and it's funny to say that because we literally just said that before you popped on.
Yeah, well, it feels like one of those seasons where these quarterbacks would have to see it first. The thing about this, like, all of these kids are seniors in high school. They spent the last 4 years watching college football. Every single school that these kids have chosen on this list have had outstanding quarterback play at some point in the last 4 years. We haven't, right? Now, I know it's a new coach or whatever, but like the history of quarterbacks since these guys have been in high school at Auburn is not that good. So, I mean, a lot like last year, this time when recruiting, we were kind of, down and out, but we were I think we were banking on having a better season, right? So like last year, if we'd have had a better season, I think we would have finished better in recruiting. I don't think anybody thought that we were going to win 5 games, 8 games. Maybe our recruiting ranking would have raised. I think the same thing is for this year. Like, this is a prove-it year for Auburn. Before we can start getting some of these quarterbacks right here, we're going to have to put good quarterback play on the field. It's just plain and simple. Like, that cannot be. Last 2 years we had the coach blaming the quarterback. Then Brian Harson's year we had a quarterback get hurt. Then you saw the quarterbacks up under him be abysmal. Then the next year, like this dude went to another school and balled out. This is where Will Mencl is committed to. So like it looks as if Auburn University cannot put good quarterback play on the field. And until we do that, we're going to have to depend on the transfer portal for quarterbacks. And, that's just how I feel about it. And I mean, we got to put good quarterback play on the field in order to get some of these guys to come in because everybody's paying money now, right? I guarantee you all those kids' offers are somewhere in the same ballpark from those schools. So
you saying the same stuff we said before we came on.
I'm sorry.
It's funny. It's good. You were reinforcing that. The thoughts we were having. You know what I'm saying. You were reinforcing the very things we were talking about before you came on. It's interesting. I asked
Great
the
minds
question
think alike.
again.
I asked the question again, DC.
Yes, sir.
Is this a real problem? Is this a real problem, or
I'm-
are we overblowing this?
Man, I don't know what's inside the mind. I don't know what's on their big board but obviously Auburn wanted these people.
Yes.
And I'm gonna just be honest, Nick. This is just an honest take for me. It's like when Auburn is not getting people, bro, we come up with a million excuses why they just are great evaluators and they really didn't want them. We could just get this other value quarterback and develop them. No, they want these dudes, man. Can we at least sometimes say we just might be missing? We just might be missing. We just might be getting out recruited. Just like Hugh Freeze said when he first got here, when he went tippy-toeing with the transfer portal. He admitted it. He said, bro, my approach to the transfer portal gotta change. I'm getting my butt kicked. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, we got to change our approach. These cats don't want to be wooed and brought to campus and treated like a high school recruit. We got to change our way we do it. We got to go get these guys, get them on campus and lock the gates and not let them leave. So that's what they start doing. So that's when they start having success in the portal. And honest to God, true, a great part of where Hugh Freeze his first year in the portal, he was just missing. Maybe it was because of the way he did it. Mm-hmm. It could be money. I remember him talking about he didn't want to spend money on a certain quarterback or certain quarterbacks to spend on a certain amount, dog. Mm-hmm. So it could be that Alex Golesh, they just might be missing. They have to say that. I'm not saying they are, but that's a component that we don't really like to hone in and just say, yes, this is what's happening. We just try to cope and just be like, yeah, they are great quarterback recruiters and evaluators. They really didn't want him. And all fans do that. So we could be just like, because think about it. Alex Golesh, they've been having success with Byron Brown. He's had 2 3,000-yard seasons, bro. They should just be able to put on his film.
Exactly.
And say,
that's
look,
I'm saying. Yeah,
we got proof of concept, bro. We just did this last year. He was like top 2 in quarterback efficiency. At one point, he was over Pavia. I don't know if he finished that way, but Byron Brown was he was tops in quarterback efficiency in the nation. Bro, what more do you have to have? You see what I'm saying? What more do you have to have, bro? So I have to ask, is it something in the sales game, or like you say, they're not closing? I'm not saying they are. I'm just wondering. But we never point to that and say, man, we could be just missing. They could be not recruiting, bro.
All I'm going to say is last year when this happened, a lot of people were saying the exact same thing. Mm-hmm. Was like, oh, don't worry about it, and things, stuff like that. We'll get it, we'll get it back. But what people got to realize is in this new era of high school recruiting, and with early signing day being in December now, a lot of these deals get done from March to June. Mm-hmm. And the earlier you can get a guy signed, or early you can get a guy on campus, or early you can get within his orbit of people and get in the ballpark of what that dollar figure is going to be, because most of the time, if it's a 4 or 5 star recruit, the money's going to be the same across the board. Mm-hmm. Like they're not like it's going to be the same across the board. So now,
what about at Miami? It's going to be different though.
Well,
Miami's gonna be different.
But here's the thing: like if that's the case, then if Auburn, I'm pretty sure if Miami was in the running with Auburn for Israel Abrams, which means I'm pretty sure the money was comparable some kind of way. It had to be.
No. I know, but I'm saying Miami is outbidding people for quarterbacks, period.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. That's good. But at some point in time, I'm not saying money is everything, but if the money is somewhat kind of comparable to each other, then I think that sometimes those other intangible things can kind of outweigh other things.
Gotcha.
And things and stuff of that nature. Mm-hmm. We was having the same conversation last year when we asked the question, like, was it a problem last year when you looked at what Auburn had recruited, what was not in the recruiting class, and what a recruiting class was ranked. And you looking at this season, we about to be in May. And Coach Golesh said that him and the staff is going on the road now to go get on the recruiting trail, because they have to get on the recruiting trail. They got to make up some grounds and things, stuff like that. But you looking at where we are now compared to where we were last year, this is eerily similar, and I'm not confident about it. And I can't, and we can't keep using the excuse like you saying, DC, that Auburn's just going to win games this year. And if Auburn does this year, then the recruits will come around. Yeah. How many years we gonna keep saying that? How many years we gonna keep saying that?
We hadn't won.
Yeah.
So we don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I ask you guys this. And this is for anybody in the chat too. Just a real simple question. If you were a high school quarterback and you had spent the last 4 years watching Auburn football, would you would you consider that? Now, before people say, hey, well, I saw what Alex Golesh did, so I may consider it. Think about what the previous coaches had achieved at the quarterback position before they got to Auburn. At their previous stops before they got to Auburn, how much success they had at the quarterback positions before they got to Auburn. As soon as they got in the building on the Plains, quarterback position was abysmal. Now we could talk about a lot of different reasons, but like, bro, until we see solid quarterback play on the Plains, it's going to be tough to get these 4 and 5 star guys, right? Byron Brown himself, I think what Alex Golesh is learning is that very, very, very fact. Like, you got to put something on the field before these kids can trust you. Byron Brown was not a 5-star kid. You know, you were able to recruit quarterbacks at USF, 3-star kids, things like that, and then develop them and get the pick of the litter there. But this is not, I hate to say it, but this is not the American Conference. The quarterbacks that you are competing with, trying to sign now, look at the schools that sign them. Look at the schools: Georgia, Alabama, Ohio, Oregon. Like, these are top tier schools, and I don't expect the kid to have watched us for the last 4 years in high school. He's been contemplating his college decision since the 9th grade. And then hearing it, after he graduates, say, I want to go play at Auburn. I trust Alex Golesh. Well, a couple people trusted Hugh Freeze. That didn't work out. A couple people trusted Brian Harsin. That didn't work out. Why should I trust Alex Golesh? Maybe
Brian Harsin didn't have enough time.
Well, that's, you know, that's, I mean, that's true to a degree, but still, like, why would I go down there? Why would I, like, think about it? Like, what at the quarterback position, why would I go down there when I have these other offers? Now, if this is my top offer, then that's different. But I got Georgia knocking. I got Oregon knocking. I watch Will Mencl watch the quarterback go from Auburn to Oregon and go to New York. Like, I listen, Byron Brown is probably one of the more important players on this roster. If he has a successful season, that narrative will start to change. More so, if Tristan Tia takes the reins and has a successful season, that narrative will start to flip on his head. But until we see that, man, that specifically, that position. Now, I can't speak for the rest of because, you know, we need some more recruits in the boat too. It's not like we just killing it everywhere else. But specifically the quarterback position, bro, we gotta kill this narrative about quarterback play at Auburn University before we can get some of these kids, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, you heard it there first, man. I like that. I like that. But we're gonna take a break right here, man. We're gonna take a break because guess what? Guess what I need y'all to do? I need y'all to like this video. If y'all haven't subscribed, I need y'all to subscribe to the channel. I need y'all to do that for me. And then, of course, do this favor for me, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe and follow us on our social medias. Follow us at CoolersPod23. Follow us at the Water Cooler Talk on Instagram and TikTok. Follow us on our Facebook page at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast and visit www.watercoolertalksports.com. Go check it out, man. If everybody that watches this video, everybody that subscribed to this channel goes and visit it once per day, it'll be great. That's what it'll be. It'll be great. Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to do it, man. Wait a minute. It's there again. Something big is coming, ladies and gentlemen. We need y'all to stay tuned for it. Stay tuned. Something big is coming. We don't know when it's coming. It just popped up. It just said something big is coming, man. So stay tuned. We want y'all to be a part of it, man. So make sure y'all do that, man, because I'm telling y'all, apparently it's gonna be big. I don't know if it's gonna be orange, but apparently it's gonna be big, man. So we want y'all to be a part of it, and we want y'all to be part of that, man. When it pops out, and when we go from there, man. Let's take a look at some of the comments in the chat that were going on while we were having a conversation here, man. I'm gonna bring up some of them right now. We got Tim, the tool man Taylor said we probably gonna have to spend the block on Mencl when he don't play. Dante Moore will be there this season, and you got Raiola, who's probably gonna be the starter next year. So you talking about 1 season, potentially 2 seasons of just sitting on the bench, and then he's probably in line to be the starter after that. But even when you look at what Oregon had Will Stein as offensive coordinator, they had Kenny Dillingham as offensive coordinator, and the offense still hummed. So does he sit on the bench? You know, Raiola went to Nebraska with what's old buddy name that was in the NFL? Matt Rule, and it just didn't pan out there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
And then Raiola went to a trash team, you know what I'm saying? I know he had family connections, but it's like, think about this dude is finna go sit on the bench behind an NFL guy and then Raiola, and then he's just sitting on the bench versus coming to Auburn, where, bro, the competition is gonna be wide open next year. You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. But go ahead, Nick. Sorry, man.
You good? And the insider, your favorite insider, our favorite insider said, no worries, our QB room is young. I mean, I get it, but as we've seen the past 2 seasons, QB rooms can flip, especially
last year.
So, honestly, bro, that is one of the other things I thought about when seeing that list is like, how long can you hold on to 4- and 5-star guys? And it's interesting y'all brought up the Oregon situation with Dylan Raiola right there in the boat for next year. How long can you hold on to these 4- and 5-star quarterbacks now without them seeing the field?
Yeah.
In this new age of football, NIL, and it's gonna be tampering. They can pretend like it doesn't happen, but we know that agents call kids. How long can you hold on to that top tier quarterback before he actually has to see on the field? Before he decided to hit the eject button and go somewhere else.
Mario Cannon said, man, I'm kind of concerned about the Izzy Abrams situation. I mean, the last I heard, he was basically an Auburn Tiger. These young men get a better offer, they leave. Izzy Abrams was actually crystal ball to Auburn. He was. Like I said, like literally, he was at Auburn, I believe, like a week and a half, 2 weeks before his commitment, and basically said Auburn was at the top of his list. But then he ended up going to Miami, and then you kind of started hearing noise about, Miami's in that picture and things of that nature. And then he ends up committing to Miami. So it can change that way, either way it goes. My question is more about can these are guys that this staff is recruiting. My question is, can they close the deal on guys that seem to be high on Auburn? That's my question about it. And we'll talk about that in a little bit, man. D-Lev said, man, we have 2 young quarterbacks on our roster. We can develop them. We'll be fine. No worries. I like the confidence, but as I just stated, we've had the QB room flipped. Anybody forgot that we had Walker White in the room?
Yep.
Who was a 4-star?
I remember, bro. It was like he the future. Walker White
the future.
Is the future.
Yeah,
man.
And Walker White was recruited with the Freeze 5, Freeze 4.
Yeah,
that
dude went to Baylor, man. I'm out of here.
And he ain't even at Baylor no more. I think he's in Central Arkansas, now. So
he left Baylor.
My thing is, like, I understand that we sit here and we say that we have guys we got young guys in the room, but if anything, we should be the ones that look at it again and know that, man, quarterback rooms can flip on you fast. If you're not winning for one, and then of course, if you're not winning and you're getting better offers from other schools. So I don't know, man. Phil Will said, man, shout out to Phil Will. He said, I think this is the nature of the position now. A lot of these kids know each other and they know what they're being offered and want the same or something similar. I can rock with that. I understand that. I understand exactly what he's saying right now. I understand exactly what he's saying. Same thing as if, when the Heat got together. When the Miami Heat got together, it was actually supposed to be Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Amari Stoudemire was going to sign with him, but he re-upped on his contract with the Knicks. Carmelo had re-up on his contract as well. And then Chris Bosh was like, all right, y'all going together. So I can come too. And they was like, all right, cool. They talk. It's the same thing. So
yeah,
I get it, man. I understand exactly what he's saying right there. That makes all the sense in the world, in my opinion, man. Tavian said, man, Colorado shouldn't be beating us though, right? We got beat twice by Colorado because if people remember, Juju Lewis was supposed to be at Auburn too, apparently. But
I'm almost sure that this go round they played an astronomical amount of money for that quarterback. But
Adams,
even saying that, in the last, you gotta think about it. That dude has watched in the 9th grade and the 10th grade. He watched Shedeur Sanders set the record for completion percentages. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, these quarterbacks have nothing to look at Auburn for. They have to go back to Cam Newton. They have to go back to Nick Marshall. They have to go back to Jarrett Stidham. In recent history, like, you can't point. The one quarterback play that we had that was decent, where a kid can look at it and say, that guy was decent at Auburn. He went to Oregon and almost won the Heisman. So if I'm a kid, I'm like, shit, I just go to Oregon.
That's interesting. Interesting there. That's an interesting question. Mario Cannon said, man, these programs will contact these agents to find out what their highest offer is. Then another program outbids us sometimes. These kids commit to a program.
That's true.
I think that's a lot of that. That's
a solid point.
Yeah,
that's my point of view. I know like winning and proof of concept, but bro, I think I think if you have the money component, and I know that's not everything, but that's kind of where I'm leaning. Think about it, dude. The common thread between Georgia losing these quarterbacks and Alex Golesh so far, man, is Alex Golesh got this thing of I'm not paying for potential. I'm paying for production. So he's probably not gonna outbid anybody. And then Georgia's the same way. Kirby Smart is like, no freshman is gonna make higher than any starting player on my team. So you losing out, bro, because people are outbidding you.
Well, if that's the case, then you should just go into the portal and just find a guy from a G5 conference or from a lower Power 4 school that's like a redshirt freshman that has the potential, and then just pay them that money and then just develop him through that way.
I agree, man.
If you're gonna have that mindset of like, I'm not paying a high school senior 4-star, 5-star, $1 million to sit on the bench for a year and they're not gonna produce anything. Okay, well, let's go to the G5 level and find a guy that produced in the G5 level and just pay them that money.
Yeah, you got to. If the discussion was Lane Kiffin, I would be like, I'm not worried, because that's his formula. He just goes to the portal and just gets people that have some proof of concept that he can see at a lower level. If this was Kiffin, bro, I would just be like, yeah, now I had an attitude. Yeah, we'll just develop somebody. All right. Oh, yeah, I'm not worried about it. But what I'm saying? That's not the case at Auburn. We have a philosophy of like, we're not paying people for potential.
Understand. Chris B said, man, if Golesh and BB produce this year, then we'll have proof of concept and things will fall into place, in my opinion. Mike McKinney said, man, all these teams will need to start. We need to start next year. Yeah, very true. Chris comes back and say, man, Chris B comes back and say, man, I think people want to see it at Auburn in the SEC. I know a lot of Auburn fans still want to see it at Auburn in the SEC. Even though this Golesh offense has produced everywhere it's been, people still want to see it done at Auburn. So I don't even think I know they want to see that, Chris. I'm not disagreeing with that. Slugged up said multiple losing seasons got a stink to it. We got to air out. That's what he said.
We got to win some games, bro. Like I want to ask y'all this. It's kind of along the lines of that. How much do y'all think that like winning games buys you in terms of NIL money, right? Like, do you think that like if you're a winning football team, like that you can be even in your offer with everybody else versus like Auburn would have to pay over that amount to get a kid to come to Auburn because we just haven't won and we hadn't had good quarterback play? How much do you think that like how much you think of the offer is kind of hinged on that? Like a kid would take a discount to play at a Oregon because they sent the kid to New York, right? So like, how much do you think we're dealing with that? Like, just, I mean, they come to Auburn, they like it, they love it, but then when it comes time to offer, it's like, we'll offer you this, and then they like, well, this is the same thing that Georgia offered me, and they college football playoff team. It's like, you're going to have to do better than that if you want.
Basically, you're saying Auburn has to pay a tax because they've sucked the past 5 seasons.
Yes, I believe so. I'm not sure, and I haven't heard that for sure, but like, I would listen if I always look at these situations as if I had a child that I was putting into college football, and it's like, yeah, man, you go to Auburn. Let's take Auburn away from me because I'm an Auburn fan, but like, you go to one of these schools where they just had awful quarterback play for the last 5 years, man, they're gonna have to send us a little bit more money. Because I can go to Georgia for the same amount. Nah, that ain't gonna work. Like,
but the thing about it is, I get what you're saying, but at some point in time, you have to look at I think I understand. I understand where you're coming from with that. Like, don't get it twisted. I understand.
Yeah, I'm asking.
But my thing is, like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Okay. I look at it from the fact of, yeah, Georgia was a college football playoff team, but why would I still go to Georgia? Georgia hasn't produced any quarterbacks in the NFL draft,
right?
Because the thing of it is still, I still believe in my heart of hearts that, yeah, I can come into college. Like, the numbers that we be seeing about these guys that's getting paid and things and stuff of that nature. Trust me, it is that. Shout out to Kid Country, man. He's saying Auburn thought stopping by the restaurant today. Appreciate that, bro. Shout out to Auburn Thought, man. And Kid Country, what's up, man? Appreciate that so much, man, as well. But yes, these kids in the NIL era, a lot of them are not getting paid $5, $6, $7 million. You know, they're not getting paid that money. They're not getting, some of them probably not even getting paid $3 million. So
that's true.
The money that they are making is still relatively small, relatively low to what they can get if they perform and still get to the NFL. So in my heart of hearts, I still believe that getting to a school that has a reputation of putting your position in the league, or a reputation of being able to have people drafted to the NFL, is still the way to go. Or at least get to a school to where you can get on tape, even if it's not a school that wins. You can still get tape and show exactly what it is that you can do. Because we sit here watching the draft now, and there's a guy that got drafted number 55 overall, Gabe Jacks from Illinois, in the second round of the draft. And we all sit here and think that Illinois is not one of the most power teams in college football. Right. So my thing is, I still believe in my heart of hearts that some of these top level guys, yeah, they will command that money. But a lot of these guys still are trying to find a way to where they can get to a school to where they can get on the field and be able to put tape on the field to get to that payday in the NFL. That's true. Is my opinion. I mean, we looking at, like, don't get it twisted. Like, let's look at the graphic again, right? Look at this graphic. All of these guys, 4 5-star guys. Andre Adams probably is going to command whatever type of money he's going to get. Will Mencl probably commanded whatever money he's going to get because of the notoriety behind his name. Israel Abrams commanded the money he's going to get from the notoriety behind his name. And Elijah Haven is one of, if not the top quarterback in the class. So he's going to command whatever he wants. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But there's still 3-star guys out there. There's still some low-level 4-star guys out there that aren't commanding that type of money.
I mean, I agree with that. Like, and I think we should start looking for those kids, because, like, in that graphic, you had, like I said, those 5 schools: Colorado, Oregon, Miami, Georgia, Alabama. Those 5 schools right there. You would be remiss not to ask yourself, what has the quarterback play has been like for those 5 schools over the last 4 to 5 years? When these kids are shaping these decisions, right? Because I don't count like the history, because it's like, yeah, we had good quarterback play back then, but like, I'm talking about these kids, the moment they got to 9th, 10th grade, that this started. Like, you start this whole shaping your decision of what school you're gonna go with. And you're watching college football to see where to be a best fit and all of that. I'm telling you, Auburn has to prove that it's not Auburn, that it was the last 2 coaches and not Auburn. If Alex Golesh comes here and it's the same thing, then that would be 3 offensive coaches that did exponentially better than they did at Auburn in their previous stops. And then that becomes an Auburn problem, right? That's what it's on the verge of. We have to, this season is super important, not in terms of wins or losses, but quarterback play alone. If we want to start getting some of these guys in the boat, we got to put a product on the field that entices these kids. There's a kid sitting right now in the 9th grade that's probably a 3-star, gonna end up a 5-star. He needs to see Byron Brown throw for 3,000 yards at Auburn, run for 1,000. That'll go a long way. So basically,
you saying you need to see the system work.
Yeah,
even though the system has worked everywhere it's been.
Well, the system for the previous coaches, that's my point. The system for the previous coach worked everywhere they had been until they got to Auburn. Everywhere they had been. We have to prove that it's not an Auburn problem. Right? And when we can do that, I think, man, it'll be so much easier to get some of these kids, man. Right now, the position that we in, we got to nail evaluations. We got to get kids that's willing to take less money, that may not be as talented on paper, and that's cool. We're going to have to evaluate. These coaches, this coaching staff is going to have to do its job for the next 2 to 3 years until there's a solid proof of concept. Like, man, I'm not surprised why a quarterback recruit would want to go to Miami. Their last 2 quarterbacks are in the NFL. Going to the NFL. I'm not. That's not shocking with me. Why one of these kids would go to Alabama? Jalen Milroe, Ty Simpson, last 2 quarterbacks for the last 4 years, like NFL caliber quarterbacks, right? The one NFL caliber quarterback we had while these kids were in high school went to another school and made.
But is that? But okay, but to that point,
exponentially better than he did at Auburn.
To that point, was that an Auburn problem or was that a system problem?
Well, I don't know. It seems like an Auburn problem now, but it could be the system problem. But the way optically, it looks like Auburn is where offensive coordinators and quarterbacks come to die. That's what it looks like for the last 4 to 5 years. So like that's what I'm saying. If the money is even, we agree with that, right? Top tier talent. When you start talking about the Georgias, Alabamas, Ohio States, those schools, Miami's, if you're a 5-star kid, the money is going to be pretty much even across the board, right? It just is. But man, so how are we going to get one of these kids in our building if the money is even and they have proven success at the quarterback position? You're going to have to sell a kid on being the savior, essentially. You're going to be the one to break this curse. You know what I'm saying? And that's not easy to do. What makes it easier to do? 3,000 yards from Byron Brown, 1,000 yards on the ground again in the SEC. All of a sudden, Will Mencl looking down there like, you know what? I might pick up that phone and go this call again. You know what I'm saying? You got a quarterback in New York now. I might, the money's the same. I'm just saying, man, we got to, at some point, Auburn has to step up to the plate. And I say Auburn, and I'm not talking about, like, I'm just saying, like, the Auburn, this right here, the A and the U, got to step up to the plate and change things, man. We can't keep blaming the coaches and the system. Like, for some odd reason, whenever these guys get here, it just doesn't look the same, man. And that has to change before any of those numbers or any of those numbers change, or else we're gonna have to pay an astronomical amount of money like we did to get Deuce Knight. And all that talent, we spent a good amount of money to get that talent in that last year. Because why else would they come?
Yeah, man. Chev Revo, he said that's because a lot of these quarterbacks that really have NFL potential, they want to play in a pro style offense or a pro or a adjacent pro style, because I don't think there's a true pro style offense in college football.
Tough.
Maybe Iowa, maybe. I think a lot of people say Texas, but he still got some RPO tendencies to it as well. He said a lot of coaches in schools run this quick jet sweep hurry up college stuff all the time, but a lot of these guys want to go to the NFL one day, which is what I was saying. You have to know how to play under center. Yeah, okay. Part of this, I agree with what you're saying, but the reason why you see a lot of these, what some people call gimmicky offenses, is because of the fact that, well, for one, it's hard to install a pro style offense. A legit base pro style offense is hard to install. Like the checks in the offense, the checks you have to well, for one, the play call itself is something that you have to get over. All of the formations that you have to do, the checks of formations, like everything, it is hard to install a real pro style offense in college football with what an athlete has to do outside of playing football. It's very hard, and the amount of time, that coaches are given to actually be with players is hard to install.
And the amount of time you have.
It's hard to do it in the NFL.
The amount of time too do you have to get results in college is different too. You know, you sign in the NFL, that guy might be signed 4 or 5 years, or just a multi-year contract. You know he's gonna be there. But then, like in college, man, we just talked about, you don't know if your whole quarterback room leaving. So you got to be able to produce like season to season and have a system that can produce quickly in college. So that's just the NIL and the portal too is driving that.
Which is the reason why you're starting to see some NFL offenses move to kind of, what some teams do in college football now. Like you're not seeing a lot of, you're not seeing a lot of pro style offenses, but they still run pro style concepts in the NFL. They still do, but the thing about it is in the NFL, you have OTAs. Then of course you have then OTAs. In OTAs, you also have rookie minicamp, OTAs. Then you have basically a month, 2 months of camp of camp before you go into the season. So you had that time to where they can just kind of just be together and just kind of learn and just be in meetings all day, not knowing like these kids that are in college, they have to go to class at some point in time. They have to at least to be eligible to play. So I get it, I understand that, but man, that pro style offense is hard to it is hard to install.
On top of that, man, like on top of all of that, you got high school, right? So you get in players that don't come from pro style offenses in high school. You be lucky to find 1 or 2 in your area. Then those players come from little league ball where they run a lot of gimmicky plays. So like, and there used to be a time where coaches didn't have to teach as many pro style concepts that they had, that as much as they do now if they want to run a pro style offense in college or in the NFL, because these players were coming from those systems. Now you get a kid from high school, he don't know nothing about a pro style offense at all. Like he is tailor-made to run this hurry up up tempo. This is likely what he ran in high school. So I mean, would that be smart? Think about it. Like, would it be smart to just like sign a bunch of kids out of high school who used to doing one thing and then say, hey, we want to run a pro style offense here? And nobody in your high school class has no idea what any of that is, and you have to actually teach that. You only get a couple weeks at a time with these kids, and not a lot of time to do that. So
you get 15 practices during the summer. During the spring. Then in the off season, you only can do workouts. You can't do any type of install thing. And then you get, I think, 3.5 weeks before the season start in fall camp. That's not enough time. That's not enough time to install an offense. It's not enough time to install a pro style offense. But there are things that you can do to, like, for example, like Jermaine said right here, he said, say whatever you want about DeBoer, but the NFL loves his system because it's an NFL type system passing wise. You know what I'm saying? So you can you can install pro style concepts, but a pro style offense, good God, no. Like Like if you install a pro style offense, you have to teach duo blocking, you have to teach zone blocking because that's part of that's part of the running game. You have to teach gap scheme because that could be part of the running game. You have I've already said zone blocking. You have to teach that. Like you have to teach all type of split zones, and like it's a lot. Like in the running game itself, it could be 2 weeks, 3 weeks in the running game itself, and then and when you get into concepts of the passing game, you're talking about flood concepts, you're talking about spacing concept, you're talking about a smash concept, you're talking about all these type of daggers and digs, and like there are a lot of different things that you can do in a pro style offense, and the concepts of it that will take a long time to learn. Yeah, they just don't have the time to do it, unfortunately. But
think about the route tree. How often do we look at receivers and be like, "I'd like to see more routes from them"? You look at a huddle finish, man. You're just like, "Man, he looks good, but he only ran 3 routes."
Man, it is what it is, man. But I'm gonna put the graphic up again, man. Like I asked the question, and I wanted people to know. Like we similarly, this is like look at what Auburn has missed out on at the quarterback position, man. 3 4 stars and a 5-star. 3 4 stars and a 5-star. My question goes back to, can this? Well, let me not say can. I believe they can, but what is it that this staff needs to do or approve to get guys to close the deal and become Auburn Tigers? That's the question that I have for them. That's it. Because every guy that has been in Auburn, all of them have said, man, Auburn's, they're at the top, and let's not even talk about the quarterback position. You're hearing that about other positions as well at Auburn. You're hearing that about those positions as well. Guys saying, yeah, man, Auburn's at the top, man. Auburn's near the top. Auburn's is my number 1 school right now. You know what it is. But eventually, like we heard it all last year. We heard it all the year before that sometimes. And guys ended up going other places. So I don't know, man. It is an interesting preposition, interesting anomaly. Mm-hmm. I'm just bringing out all adjectives right now, just because I just want to sound smart.
Keep going. Keep going.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. I keep going. It's an interesting. It's perplexing. It's a perplexing situation of trying to figure out what the audacity, because the tautacity of all of this just doesn't make any type of sense. Because the delude of all of this just makes me be like, what is going on with these? I
didn't know you were gonna start rhyming with it. Like,
it didn't rhyme.
Next level, yeah, man.
It didn't rhyme. I was reading a book.
It had all those words in it?
No, well, some of them in there. So I'm reading this book, Where Do We Go From Here? By Martin Luther King Jr. And every time I read a word that I don't know, I stop, write it down, look up the meaning of it, and then write it down. Yeah. So that's the reason why I'm okay, I gotta figure out these words. So I stopped reading the book and I had to start back over because I forgot some stuff. So we're reading that right now. So that's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us here around the water cooler. Tez, what you gotta say to people before we get up out of here, man?
Oh, man, listen. Man, I said listen, but I don't have anything to say. Follow me at It's SEC Season on all platforms, man. Always a pleasure to come around the cooler here and top it up with my guys, man. And Alex Golesh, if you're listening, win some games, my guy. That's it. Trust me. It'll make everything so much better, man. You just win a few games, 8 to 10 wins, some decent quarterback play. You'll be able to get you one of those 4 or 5-star recruits in no time, man.
There it is. DC, what you got to say to people before we get up out of here, man?
Hey, man, check us out, man. If I have you heard Auburn News today, this Sunday on Auburn Addicts TV, man. Y'all come over there. We're going to have a great time Sunday as usual. See you on all platforms at Auburn Addicts TV or at Auburn_Addicts on all platforms.
Hey, before we get out of here, man, do me a favor, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Addicts SEC is what I got. Ted's at Tight Sports and Alabama Football Megacast what I got. Tight Sports Auburn_Addicts TV. You just heard it himself from the man, the myth, the legend himself, DC Wolf, man. I got Dustin over at the Uptempo Podcast, man. Make sure you go subscribe to him as well. I got B Sharp over at Sharpshooter Sports Talk. I got Vandy Chris over at the Go to Broom Podcast and the Anchor Down Live Podcast on Facebook. At the Huggy Beard himself on YouTube and on Twitter. Kid Country over there on YouTube, man. And of course, the legend himself, Bubba and the Old Man, Auburn Sports Talk on YouTube and on Twitter, I believe. Also, man, go subscribe to JMHO Sports Talk, where I got Coach Sean on the Block Sports with Coach Carl. And of course, I got Dylan over at the College Loop, man. We appreciate that so much. I'm looking at the comments while I was doing that. And it's an auctioneer mode. That's what he said. All right, that's hilarious. That's funny. It
was funny when he dropped it.
I guess because we're talking so fast, man. Also, man, make sure you go visit and shout out to DJ, man. Off my train of thought, man. God, dog. Day one supporter of Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. DJ, man. Follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. That's Hollywood and EY. And then follow him on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's, man. Day one supporter of Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. Make sure you mess with him, man, because he messed with us, man. We appreciate y'all so much. That's my quarterback, by the way, man. Also, when you're hungry, after you done got your pictures taken, you done got your documentary taken, you got your videography taken, head on down to Adelines, 2371 Highway 14, Autauguaville, Alabama. Adelines by Chef Country, where we do it right. Man, you just heard him in the chat saying, man, shout out to Auburn T for coming in the restaurant today and chopping it up with Chef Country, a.k.a. Kid Country, a.k.a. the Charleston White of YouTube. Man, shout out to Auburn T for going in there and getting him some good food. Getting them some great food. We appreciate it, man. We will be there October 17, 2026, man, for the Auburn versus Georgia game. Details about that will be coming soon, man. So guess what? Be on the lookout for that, man, as always. But, there it is again. Something big is coming, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Is it Shaq?
I don't know. It may be.
Maybe.
Whatever it is, it may be orange because the big is orange. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It may be orange. I don't know, man. But I'm trying to guess because I'm looking at the background. It looks like a stadium, a football stadium with some sound waves.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I don't know what that is.
You
I don't know
be
what
a
it
DJ
is.
at a football game.
I don't know. Maybe. Who knows, man? But something big coming. Stay tuned, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. Something coming. It is what it is. Make sure y'all go follow us on our social medias at CoolSpot23 on Twitter. Follow us at the Water Cooler Talk on Instagram and TikTok. And of course, follow us at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast on Facebook. I gotta put that up. He said it's
I'm
not
sorry,
a
bro.
quarterback.
The chat is undefeated, bro. The fact that you came up with that quickly is I salute.
Wow. That's a good one, bro. That's a good one. That is a great one, man. Also, man, visit www.watercoolertalksports.com. We are in the process of expanding the website, man. The website should be expanded by 4th of July weekend for the exclusive part for those that want to take part of it, man. As well. Also, you can watch episodes of Water Cooler Talk Sports on the website as well. The latest episode is always up literally about 15 minutes after the show ends, man. And we are getting to the point now to where we'll be able to actually have the show go live from the website while we're live as well. That should be coming soon as well, man. www.watercoolertalksports.com, man. Go check us out, man. We got articles on there, man. We got to update some. We got to get some new articles up there because it just haven't written anything new yet. But hey, go read what's on the website. What has been there, man. It's great. We appreciate y'all so much for that, ladies and gentlemen. He came in late, but there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Your favorite insider, our favorite insider, everybody's favorite insider. It is Ant the Insider. Ant, what's on your mind, man? Before we get out of here.
Hey man, we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right.
See, you sound just like them other Auburn fans from last year. You sound just like them.
What you mean? I mean, we in a good spot. We gonna get some. We gonna get some signings.
We got
That's what we said about basketball. That's what we said about basketball. It's gonna be all right.
Thank you.
It's gonna be all right.
Thank you. Now look at what Steven doing in basketball.
But we want. But I'm
Looking
saying,
good.
y'all said that the whole year, bro. We gonna be all right. Y'all kept telling me.
And we
that.
won. And we won.
I believe it, and
the
we want.
NIT. And we won the NIT.
We not
Yeah,
in
prove
the
you making my point. You making my point.
I don't
But
want
we won the
nobody
title,
on
though.
this.
Making my point.
I don't want
man.
nobody on this football team to think we in a good spot. I want them to think we in the worst possible spot ever. Like, please play like we are not in a good spot.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
if you
Well,
come out there with that, the truth of the matter is, coming off 5-game season, mediocre quarterback play, missing out on these 2027 kids, we not in a good spot, bro.
we're not.
We need to win some games, but we get.
Let me retract my statement. Then, no, we're not. I mean, we got two quarterbacks we still looking at. I mean, we got the kid from, I want to say from Georgia. They moved to him, and you got the quarterback from Sarlin that's committed to Oklahoma. I think Sarlin. Hey man,
it's
I'm
Sarah
country,
Land.
man. I don't care. You know I'm country, man. I'm country. I say hi. I say hi. Look to me.
Do you call women named Sarah?
Sorry.
I'm just wondering. Okay, well, fair point then.
Sorry, buttermilk biscuits.
Like, don't even believe.
So look, man, I'm trying to make a point, nigga. You got trying to get me all discombobulated and all type of stuff around here. Discombobulated. You heard
okay,
me.
All right, okay.
I can talk when I want to. So we got.
Come on, man.
So we got. Listen, I got y'all. So look,
This man, bro.
Come on, man.
we also working on the quarterback for Benjamin Russell too. So I think that's why all they.
Bro, it's a class of 28, bro. What you talking about?
I mean,
We talking about 27 class.
Listen, bro. I think that's where they focus going for real though. I think they good with the room. They feel confident in the room that they have. I think that Tia will be the next. Tia is the next man up. And if they don't get a quarterback, I think they happy.
Then?
I think they happy with that.
So why we even recruiting the other quarterbacks then?
I mean, you recruit quarter just like you recruit linebackers every year.
Because if we win 5 games again, we won't have a quarterback room next year. I hate to break it to y'all, but that's just the reality of it.
We might not. We might not.
Biden Brown's going to the NFL. Lachlan is going to find somewhere else to play. I'm pretty sure Rice got somebody in this.
Leaving.
And Tristan Tia, yeah, he probably got some NIL offers at some other schools. Bro, we got to win some games, man. Simple as that.
Yeah, we
give
got
me 8 wins, and then we can talk about this again. But coming off 5 wins, we got
to win. Yeah, we got to win something, bro.
All right then. I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure out what y'all talking about. I don't know. You know, I'm just trying to figure out what it is. What do we need to do? What do we need to do as fans?
Well, right now we just need until we balance
get
out.
Behind the coach.
Wait,
you got eligibility left?
You need to send some money on the victory. You need to send some money in. That's what you need to do. And making all that money, y'all need to send some money in. Because until we start winning, bro, you're gonna have to pay the suck tax. Period. Yeah, when you start winning, then you can even out. You know what I'm saying? You can be like, okay, we winning, and our offers are even with other people. And until then, bro, people that are winning, that are even, you know, they just you gonna choose them. You know what I'm saying? So now you just gotta outbid people right now if you want a good quarterback. Pretty much, that's my opinion. Until we start winning,
I put it to you like this: Hyundais were extremely cheap. They just were. Hyundais were extremely cheap vehicles. Till that Genesis came out. And all of a sudden they can charge that premium price. Bro, you gotta have something of quality for people to want to invest in it. The same price as something else. Like you're just not gonna. Nobody's gonna pay $50,000 for roll-up windows. Like no, you're gonna have to put some wood grain, some leather in that thing. You're gonna have to put some navigation, some heated seats. You're gonna need all of that to charge $60,000-$70,000 for a car.
Right? Can I say one more thing before we go?
We need some leather seats at home.
another thing that's really hurting us is public perception. Like, we got to think about this. Auburn may be in the running for these kids, but what are other coaches saying to these kids to make them not want to go to Auburn?
Auburn won 5 games last year.
Look at them.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Right. That's all I'm saying. Like, they ain't really got to say too much. Look at them.
Yeah.
Another 5-win season. Do you want to be a part of that? You're a 4-star. You won state titles. You want to go to Auburn and lose? I mean, they don't have. It ain't that much they'll say to change a kid's mind, bro. Like, and people think that it don't hurt. Especially, I'm gonna say this. I might get some grief. I don't care who run back and say it in these chats, bro. Even with the podcast, public perception makes a big difference. Get behind your coach, regardless of what you think or how you feel. Because some of these kids do watch these podcasts. And guess what? They hear everything that's going on.
And guess what? We still going to tell the truth, how we feel. I'm just telling you how it is. I'm just telling you. It is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, man, this has been a great show. We got to get up out of here, man. But we appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us here around the water cooler. We'll be back Sunday. I'll be back over there with our guy Dustin over on the up tempo, man. And then Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. We'll be We'll be, have you heard what I got DC Wolf over on Auburn_Addicts TV. And then guess what? We'll be back here Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central for Around the Water Cooler, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to tell y'all, it is going to be great. It's going to be great. We'll be back, man. We'll be back, man. I'm telling you, man. It is something. Why does this keep coming up, man? You know, get it off the screen, bro. Why does it keep coming up? Something big coming up, apparently.
It's Shaq, guys. It's Shaq.
Something big coming, man. That's all I'm going to say. All right, man. We about to get up out of here. As always, man, y'all have a good one. Better yet, y'all have a great one. Y'all be blessed, man. Make sure y'all give the man upstairs above his because he deserves all the praise and all of the glory. Yes, he does, man. Until Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, when we back around the water cooler, man. It is, as always, one love. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all be blessed. Y'all be easy. Y'all have a good one, man. Have a great weekend. We'll see you when we see you. Peace.
This has been a presentation of Water Cooler Talk Sports.